This time we're going to get a couple of sad old boats back on the water and make some folks happy. First up is a diamond in the rough Lido 14. The boat had sat in the yard for many months, mainly because I didn't want to face how bad this bottom might be, but turned out okay. Okay, we got a nice afternoon in on our Lido 14. Boat's from 2005, I think, maybe 06. It was a new boat that this gentleman in his 70s saw at the boat show, fell in love, he bought it, and never used it. But thankfully, when it was new, they put a multi-layer, it's like about a 5mm barrier coat on this thing. You can see this little spot. There's a sand through the white, it's alternating colors, barrier coat. But the hull is really fair, just on a full 80 grit sand. The upper half is done to 320. It's getting too dark, so I can't finish the bottom. And there's one other little spot right there. Otherwise, dropping stuff. Otherwise, this thing is super smooth and fair. So we're going to clean her up. Forestays shredded. Just some wearing. I think he stored it mast up. It's got a really nice mast up cover. Get a new forestay. And go sailing. Finally. I gotta get that dagger board out too. It's kind of funky. Centerboard, technically. We use the pickup truck winch to get it on and off the trailer and tilt it up for the centerboard access. And after a few days of boat project, she's ready to go. Hey guys, we're here on a beautiful March Sunday afternoon, late in the month. This is our Lido 14 we acquired last summer. It's got a pretty unique story because this boat, reportedly from the owner, has never been sailed. You'll see when I take the sails out, they look absolutely brand new. He bought it, took it to his home, and had a full boat cover on it. It did sit rigged, so the rigging got worn out just from sitting out in the wind for 12 years. So we put new shrouds on, new halyard, new forestay. She's ready to go. But it's hard to believe this thing's never actually been sailed. So let's set up a time lapse here and get her rigged, and then we're going to launch her here in the Petaluma River. Okay, that took about 20 minutes to rig it. You didn't see the whole time lapse because the video card got full, but you saw the mast go up and down 3 times. It actually should take like 5 minutes once you know your steps. I really think these have never been used. They're incredible. They're not a stain. They're perfectly crisp. The only bummer is the main has, looks like 3 or 4 batten pockets. There are no battens to be found in all the stuff that came with the boat. So somebody lost the battens along the way. Okay, Lido's in the water for the first time in a long time. Cleaned up, ready to go. Just drop on life jacket, put the camera on the head strap, and get out there. Petaluma River drawbridge. Tide is getting high right now, so I think I'll mess around going down here. Keep it between the bridges just to be safe at the beginning, and then eventually make my way upstream a bit and let the outgoing tide carry me back. No, you don't. Just stopping the boat here with a little heave-to adjust the one of the halyards. Here's the Lido back on its trailer after a nice afternoon sail. Super fun, clean little boat. Rigging is easy. 2 shrouds and a forestay. Main sheet can stay on. Boom bang stays on. Out haul stays on. Nice little factory designed thing that holds the boom and the mast cradle. Mast sits up here, tie it down. You can unrig this thing in just a few minutes. Sailed really well. I'm super happy. It's not lightning fast or anything, but it's pretty forgiving, and a couple big puffs hit and it leaned over and dug in and went for it. Control that with your body weight. It's pretty fun. Hopefully she'll make somebody a nice new ride. Trailer's great, by the way. Man, basically a new Pacific galvanized trailer. This trailer was in covered storage apparently, and it looks it. Ruby, what do you think? Yeah, she's helping. Cleaning up the disinfecting cloth that fell out of the pickup that I used to get the mud off my hands. There wasn't any wind at the end of my sail, and the current was starting to rip, so I couldn't get back to the dock. I had to land just on the left side of the ramp in the mud. Couldn't make it, 20 more feet to get to the actual dock. But it was fine, just hopped out. Got her back on the trailer. Thanks, Ruby. Good job. So the Lido 14 was built in Southern California in LA by the WD Shock Company. They don't make them anymore, but I was interested in maybe getting the boat back to its homeland. So after about a week on Craigslist, a guy named David down there in the Newport area called up and we struck a deal. I decided to tow the boat on down to him on my next trip to Ravens Wing in Mexico. All right, David, are you a happy man?
I am.
Nice. Look at that with the Lido. I love it. The original owner, Wayne, wanted to get this boat into youth sailing. David here is going to teach his grandchildren to sail on this boat. So it's come full circle and everybody's super happy. When I originally picked up the Lido, the family asked if I would also take away their 1969 Seaflite runabout, a boat they had purchased brand new quite a long time ago, and it sat for many years due to an overheating problem. I couldn't imagine tackling the 50-year-old Mercury inboard, but I thought I could make this an outboard boat. Here we go. Mom is driving the '69 Seaflite. Petaluma River. Our first day out. Getting the right size motor on this thing. Looking good. Went 35 last night, just me. We're cruising here, super easy 20. We finally got this boat dialed in. The boat's ready to go to Colorado to a new home with the kid. Hey Ruby, what do you think? You found the dog spot? Looking good. In August, when you come, this thing's yours. I've been voting. This ride was on July 3rd, and it was very auspicious because we saw a bald eagle for the first time on the Petaluma River for us. After our test drives, we took it back home and installed a nice folding bimini top, finished the interior trimming out, and installed a permanent fuel tank thanks to Anton, and turned the keys over to Griffin and Taylor, and they towed her back to Colorado where they're going to have a fun summer with their new boat. So if you guys want details on this restoration, go to cartersboat.com and search on May, June, July of 2020. You'll see the full restoration. Enjoy.